Hello, bold ones. My name is Ann Alexander Cedar, and today I want to talk about jealousy and the actor. Oh, this is a conversation, people. But the one thing I want to say is there is a solution to it. There are several things, obviously, that I want to say about jealousy, but I want you to know that this story, no matter what you might think, is going to have a happy ending. So let's get into it. Why are we jealous? I mean, you've heard it 1,000 times, but I want to say it again. You cannot compare your journey to somebody else's journey. And why? First of all, you're not them. Now, whether this is somebody that you're watching on social media or it's a good friend, these are two different kinds of jealousy, right? So when you're watching someone on social media, you don't have a personal relationship with them, maybe someone that you know, you meet at premieres and festivals, that kind of thing. But when you're watching their success, you have to keep in mind that number one, they're only posting the good stuff. They're not going to post on the days that they're just sitting around waiting for their phone to ring. They're not going to do that. They're only going to be posting when they just got a casting call, when they just got an audition, when they're doing a self-tape, when they're on set, when they're fooling around with other cast members on set, right? Even when they're not working, they'll bring up some of their older stuff. So, I remember 5 months ago when I was working on this project with this person, or shout out to so-and-so who I worked with on that project, so that they're constantly staying top of mind. And now for you actors who are watching your colleagues do this, they are definitely achieving their point, aren't they? They are staying top of your mind, and that is bugging the hell out of you. You do not like seeing it because you are looking at that and saying, well, why aren't I getting this? Why didn't I get an audition for that? Why didn't I get that role? And hey, it is human nature. I'm not telling you don't be jealous. Wouldn't that be easy? Just turn off the jealousy. What I am saying is to put it into perspective. First of all, you don't know what that person has been doing the entire time to get where they are. So if you're looking at someone who is posting pictures of them at film premieres and festivals, and reverse engineer that a little bit, look at where they are now and think about the steps that you could be doing to be that person in a few months from now or in a year from now. Not that person. You're still going to be you, obviously. What could you do besides wishing it were you to make that happen? Because wishing doesn't make it so. Doing something does. I was just having a conversation this morning with a very dear friend who's also an actor who has a ton of success. And he's at a great age. You know, he's a great type. He's at a great age. He's male. So just all of that right off the bat, you know, he's got a lot going for him. But the guy is non-stop working. He gets up in the morning and the first thing he does is sit down at his computer after his workout and he starts networking. I want to work on this project. I want to work with that director. I would love to know this producer who lives in my city. And he's writing emails and reaching out. So does he get a lot of doors slammed in his face? Hell yes, of course. I can tell you from my own experiences that it's very much the same. I actually have had a lot of success reaching out on LinkedIn, believe it or not. You wouldn't think that it's necessarily a platform for actors, for creatives, but it is. And more importantly, a lot of the executives, right? The screenwriters and the producers and those kind of people are on LinkedIn. So reach out and figure that if you have a ratio of 5 answers for every 100, you're doing a cold outreach. It is a numbers game, but you have to make sure that you're working the system, right? You have to have a system in place and then you have to work that system. And the jealousy will start to fade when you start to begin to have your own successes. But you're not going to have success, again, by just wishing that you were more successful. My dad used to always say, if you chop wood, chips fly. And I don't know, I suppose that could be interpreted 1,000 different ways, but the way I always interpreted it was that when you put the effort into something, things start to happen. Now, my little brain always went to that there's a bonfire nearby and one of those chips flew into the fire and it caught fire and there you go. I'm on fire, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But everybody needs to have a system in place that they're consistently working, because this will give you confidence in yourself. First of all, you need to learn to rely on yourself. And that reliance, that trust, you need to develop trust with yourself that you are going to follow through, not just in the good times, but also when times are tough. That you are going to buckle down and try and make new connections, not just wait for your agent to call, not just wait for the phone to ring. You are going to make things happen. And the more you start exercising your creativity in that direction, the better you are going to get at it. I say this again and again and again. I think actors need a platform. You need to say what your values are, and you need to stand behind them. It doesn't have to be something high and mighty. It could just be that you love to teach your dog new tricks. It could also be something as important as diversity. Diversity in terms of color or LGBTQ or any number of things, or actors over 40, I was going to say, but I'm over 50. So actors over 50, women actors over 50. This isn't a problem for you guys, but it's a problem for us women. And I'm going to take that back because it's not a problem, it's a challenge. And when we face a challenge, how are we going to meet that challenge? That's what I want you to start thinking. I want you to start changing the way you think. It's not a problem, it's a challenge. But back to jealousy. If you reverse engineer where someone is, and then take that apart and think about what are the steps that they did to get there, and then start doing those steps yourself. Start reaching out. Produce a short film. Go to a film festival. Take a chance. I say this again and again and again, but get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because the more comfortable you get with being uncomfortable, the less of a challenging situation it becomes for you. Then your boundaries become stretched. You are no longer confined by that discomfort until you are able to move in a way where you feel confident in all situations. But that confidence only comes by doing the work. The more you do the work, the more consistent you are showing up for yourself, doing the work, researching what projects are being shot, researching what projects you'd like to work on, what people you would like to work with, reaching out to them. You know, social media offers us an amazing opportunity to interact, to reach out and interact with the people that we want to work with in ways that we just didn't have 10, 15, certainly 20 years ago. The world today is a very different place than it was when I began my acting career. And instead of complaining about everything that's not working, you need to ask yourself why. So many of these methods, they apply to everything. So for instance, jealousy. Why are you jealous? What is it you want? So let's break down a jealousy attack. Say I see someone who's just posting pictures of themselves at a premiere and I feel like I could have done that part. So immediately I say, why am I jealous? Because I should have been the one doing that. Why should you be the one doing that? Because that part was right for me and I deserve that. Why do you deserve that? What have you done to deserve that? Well, I have a body of work and they should have thought of me. Why should they have thought of you? Do they know who you are? Well, they should have thought of me because they just should. Well, that's not an answer. You have to keep going deeper and deeper. And with each time you ask yourself, why? Why don't they know who you are? Why? Because maybe I didn't do the work. Maybe I didn't write the emails and introduce myself or go up to them at a film festival because I felt intimidated, or call and ask which days are the days that they meet new actors, any of it. So, okay, they don't know who you are. And now what can you do to fix that? And you know, there's a good chance if you like the project that someone was in, for example, say it's a television series, there's a good chance if you like that series, if that genre appeals to you, that director's style appeals to you, those writers' styles appeal to you, there's a good chance that those people are going to be working on similar projects. Begin to cultivate a relationship with them. It is all about mindset, marketing, branding, networking, and community. All of these pillars of your acting career, of the business side of your acting career, must be in place to hold up the roof, to make sure that you are in a safe and warm spot in your life. And if these pillars are all crumbling and that roof's about to fall down, you are in peril. You are not feeling safe and secure. So if you don't have the base, the foundation, in place. It's very hard to be dealing with that. So the more things that you can do to give yourself security in your career, in your life, the better you are going to feel. I want you to start to learn to not be reactive when you see someone else's success. Be proactive. Okay, she got that. Good for her. That opportunity is gone. What could I do to get those opportunities for myself? You need to look at jealousy as a roadmap, because what it's doing is telling you what you want. And I think it's super important that when you see someone having success and you feel yourself having those pangs of jealousy, that evil green-eyed monster is rearing its ugly little head. Why? Ask yourself why. So many of us get up and we spend a lot of time bitching about things. It's not fair. They always cast the same people. It's not fair. I'm not getting any auditions. It's not fair. The phone isn't ringing. That is putting yourself in the victim role. You are making yourself a victim. You need to get out of that role. You're not a victim. You are in control. There are things you can do. And that is the A and O, as they say in Germany, the alpha and omega of my coaching, to be honest, is teaching people how to use their creativity to become proactive so that they have more control over their own career. There are still enough things outside of your control, but there are so many things within your control. No, you cannot control the success of a show. No, you cannot control whether a show gets canceled. But the things that you can control, you need to learn to control. And the more you do that, the more you will begin to trust yourself, and the more your confidence will begin to grow. And the more you will realize and begin to actually, from a genuine place in your heart, be able to truly be happy for someone else's success because you believe in your own successes that are to come. So I hope that was helpful for you today. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. It really does mean the world to me. I can't tell you how much your comments mean to me. I would say that this is my love language, people reaching out and letting me know that I've helped them, whether it's sometimes by telephone, some of the people I know personally, but the comments as well, or an email. It means truly the world to me. I really do believe that there's room for all of us who really, really want this and who are really, really willing to do the work to get it. There's room for us, all of us. I want nothing more than to inspire, motivate, and empower you. So if I've been able to do that for you today, like and thumbs up, and I will see you very soon. Until then, you stay your bold and beautiful self. Bye-bye.